All right. Now, Bitcoin is not exactly in a bear market at the moment, but it is going through a volume accumulation phase. Now, it could be that each bear market led to a drop in the value of Bitcoin by more than 70% from the maximum. There is really an interesting technical pattern underway, and it is a signal that the bulls are in the lead. Now, don't let the sideways consolidation really fool you in that that's some kind of bear market. The rally is just around the corner. Now, after the phase of accumulation of volumes, Bitcoin will return to an explosive growth, and by the end of the year, the value may exceed from 200,000, an increase of around 376 from current levels. Now, in this case, the capitalization of the first cryptocurrency will reach around 4 trillion. On February 14th, Bitcoin is trading at $42,200. And at this capitalization is 800 billion. Now, according to CoinGecko, now, on February 10th, the price of the first cryptocurrency for the first time in more than a month reached 45,000. Now, last week, the legendary Bill Miller explained that he sees Bitcoin as insurance against financial disaster. Now, Miller did compare the first cryptocurrency to an insurance policy that has no inherent value. Now, but people still pay insurance premiums every month because they want to have protection in case of an unforeseen situations. Now we can really see this starting to really pump up and move forward. And this is just right around the corner that's really going to show you more of things. All right. So moving ahead, looking at the chart now, and other things that we can really speak about Bitcoin is that it's not going to really pick up in any kind of way that is going to really be hurting you. So as we're looking at the volumes, you can see that the volumes is moving this way, and this is the sideways pattern that we've been speaking about. Now it continues to move forward in this way, and you can see that it continues to pick up and only leading into this consolidation to go up, not down. It is going to really start for a full bull run really soon. Of course, when it gets really, really small, it is consolidating. And typically when this does consolidate in the volumes, it does tend to really rocket. Now, these are the things that we can really look into it and really see that different things are really going to explode even more. Now, some big news that we do have now: miners in the U.S. will be exempt from tax reporting. So, the U.S. Treasury Department now responded to a letter from senators announcing plans to exempt cryptocurrency miners, stakers, and software developers from reporting to the Internal Revenue Service. The Ohio Republican Senator Rob Portman said on his Twitter account that the document says that ancillary parties that cannot access information useful to the IRS are not subject to reporting requirements for brokers. Now, that's thanks to the Treasury Department for confirming that miners, stakers, and those who sell hardware and software for wallets are not subject to tax reporting. And that was what Portman wrote. Now, in November of 2021, Joe Biden signed into a law to finance infrastructure projects worth about 1.2 trillion. The document also introduces rules for cryptocurrency brokers and operators to report any transactions in digital assets worth more than 10 grand to the tax service. Now, the law met with criticism from many senators, like Senator Pat Toomey called the law too expensive and too dangerous for any innovative cryptocurrency economy. According to Toomey, the requirements to notify the IRS of cryptocurrency transactions in excess of 10 grand is unfeasible, and I think we all really agree with that. Now, as far as Bitcoin goes, now buyers are on the defensive. And what will really happen to Bitcoin next week or this upcoming week coming in? Now, the big question is, will the first cryptocurrency overcome the important resistance level of 45.5 thousand in the upcoming days and gain foothold above this mark? That's a really good question because this week the price of Bitcoin for the first time in more than a month rose to around 45,000, and as of February 13th, the cryptocurrency was trading at 42.3 thousand. Now, crypto experts predicted whether the asset could continue to grow in the coming days. Now, the head and shoulders. At the moment, a figure from the technical inverted head and shoulders is being formed on the chart, and that's what we're looking for. Now, according to cryptocurrency, has not yet completed the formation of the right shoulder. Now, if this pattern is implemented, the cost of Bitcoin will exceed 56,000. Of course, this would only happen if the price of Bitcoin doesn't fall around 41,000, as it could invert head and shoulders pattern can't form from that. Now, Bitcoin still has room for growth, And if we're recalling in this, the United States came out statistics on consumer price growth, from which it follows that the inflation in the country remains at a high level. Now, high inflation risk, together with the U.S. Federal Reserve's plans to end asset buyback programs soon, so it may encourage investors to look for ways to keep assets and prevent them from dropping in price. Now, in the next 2 weeks, Bitcoin will be able to overcome the $46,000 mark and gain a foothold above it. And in my opinion, there is a possibility of a decrease in the price of the cryptocurrency to around 40,000. But what about increased volatility? Now, the main resistance level for Bitcoin at the moment is 45.5 thousand. All right, so now the bears are set to move toward the level of 40,000. However, the moment they've taken an observant position, since the crypto market remains closely connected to stock indices, and that's very sensitive to geopolitical risk. And I believe by the end of the week, increased volatility should be expected in the digital asset market. Now, since it is very important for Bitcoin, how this trading week really ends. Now, a weekly candle close below 42,000 would form a bearish candlestick pattern. Now, this means that buyers will have to go on the defensive for a couple of weeks to prevent sellers from breaking through the 40,000 level. Now, when we're looking at the market today, as we're sitting right now, is 44,000. It's up by 4.64% for the daily and down by 0.18% of the weekly, which is still really kind of pushing for that 45 and 5. Now, Ethereum is sitting at around $3,079 and up by 7.65% for the 24-hour period and is down by 1.05%. Now, XRP is up by 5.13% for the daily and down by 3.08% for the week. Cardano is still struggling it out, remaining typically at that point, that cap market at $1.09, $1.20 is about where we're not going to see above. Solana is up by 9.83% for the week and down by 10% for the weekly and 9 for the 24-hour period. Now, AVAX is up by 10.34 for the daily and down by 2.03. Now, when we're looking at the cryptocurrency market here, you can see that it's actually doing very well on the daily, but the weekly is the one struggling out, especially if Bitcoin could really break out and prevent that right shoulder from forming. We're really looking for a big bullish market coming up ahead, as it's already consolidating. If you like today's video, do subscribe, drop a comment, and hit the subscribe button.